probably the fact that we got to do the activities that we were going to actually be teaching. That was a lot of fun. And it really got us like moving. It helped us, get through this really long class. We have to be there like 4 or 5 hours, and that could be like really tedious and tiring. And then we get sagging, and we start slumping in our chairs, and then we get up and go do something, have fun. Sometimes we're just laughing and enjoying the activity. We got to practice teaching each other the activities, and we got to understand how much goes into even like small things, like teaching a game of tag. Sometimes it's kind of challenging, and I really like that. So that was probably my favorite part of class. Let's see, number 2. What did I learn about? I learned a lot of this stuff. What I probably learned the most about was content standards, because we had to go dissect them, and that was definitely a challenging part of class, but it was something that I liked because a lot of other classes I've taken haven't really stressed that much importance on the content standards. Like, they say these are it, here they are, go use them, but we never looked at them in depth the way we have in this class, and I really appreciated that. And so it really gave me a lot stronger knowledge in that area. We also learned about how much something simple like a log roll sounds, and then find out that it's all these tiny little steps that if you had to tell somebody each and every step, it would be really difficult. But it can be helpful because then the students understand what exactly goes into that movement, and they're able to explain it themselves if you're able to explain it to them. It was hard, but definitely valuable, I think, in my opinion. What was most challenging? The content standards, yes. Dissecting them was the most challenging part because it was so little tiny steps, and then it felt like you never got them all done, and no matter how detailed you got, it still didn't feel quite full enough. There was more to put in there. It was also challenging because there was a lot of work in this class. We had 2 different blogs. We had the journal. Some people did it daily. We had to reply to everybody, not everybody, but 3 different peers, which is almost everybody in a 6% class. So that was a lot of work, and then it was challenging because some of the things we weren't really sure when was due, and then it felt like it was passed and we didn't know, and then we were confused about how to get to it. It's kind of challenging in that aspect. Number 4. How do you feel about the health articles? I actually really like the health articles. I thought they were fun because I learned a lot of stuff I probably wouldn't have or ever even thought of looking up because, it's just not something I do a lot. But now I get WebMD's newsletter every day, and I read those, and I think they're fun. And usually they have interesting things to learn about. My very last post was on, funguses and stuff that you can catch in the locker room, and it had pictures, and it was pretty ew, that's yucky, but it was really interesting too, and I think really relevant because a lot of us are going to be working with students, and you never know what rashes they're going to come up with, and of course you're always going to want to say go see the nurse or go see the doctor because, ringworm, you still got to treat, and it could be something worse, but at least you have some idea about what it is, which is good. And also you can kind of help isolate it, you don't want them going and rubbing their arm on somebody when they have ringworm on their arm. And also it helped talk about preventative things. Anyways, I like the health articles. I thought they were fun. I liked reading everybody else's. Everybody came up with really interesting stuff. But yeah, definitely one of my favorite parts of the class. Number 5, how did I feel about the fitness journal? The fitness journal was kind of tedious. You had to do it every day, and maybe you didn't post it every day, but you had to write about it every day. And sometimes it was kind of challenging because like, oh, I don't feel like I did anything that successful. I feel like I did the same success that I did yesterday. I walked on the treadmill again. But in that sense, I mean, if you're keeping up with it and you're do your walking every day, that's definitely a major achievement on a grander scale. I did like the fact that when I was getting off task, like I wasn't doing my walking every day, and I was getting kind of lazy, that it reminded me that I was doing that, and it finally forced me to go back into walking, because I felt so guilty, like, oh my god, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, I have nothing really to write about, I mean, so in that sense, it was actually really great, and probably something I would really want to do with my own students, especially to keep them like aware of what they're actually doing. I think that's really good, and it could really tie into language arts, so that's also good. How will I use this knowledge? Like I said, I'll be using it with my students, all the different like activities and how to apply the competence standards, how to talk to them about the movement. That's all really great stuff that I'm going to apply to my classroom for sure. That's about it. I mean, this was a really good semester. It was really challenging, a lot of work. It was a lot of fun too, so that kind of helps even it out. Sometimes you get a lot of work and it's really boring. But it was really good, and I'm really thankful that we got into the content standards in depth. We talked a lot about like doing the lessons. We got more practice at those things than I have in other classes, which has always been a disappointment in the past. I might say that I want more practice doing the lesson plans and actually implementing them and practicing them on the rest of the class, because I never feel like I get enough practice. I always feel like I could do better, and class is like one of the few places you can actually do it unless you have like kids at your disposal, which I don't. All my siblings are grown up and I have no children. So I would just say maybe do a few more, like if we could just get do 2 instant activities, and maybe like 3 of the lesson plans and actually teaching them. I think that'd be really good, and that's just my opinion. I like to practice that stuff, and I'm sure when I actually teach her, I'll probably want to stop practicing that. I don't know. This is a great semester, and thank you for everything you taught us.